First, just Tyler Glasnow. For him, just how efficient he was getting through 7 innings of work, only 1 run. I mean, ahead of the game, we talked about how what he's been doing, how this could be a test, or even just a kind of understanding as to where he's at. What did this outing just say?
It just said that, just kind of where he's at right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, all that stuff. He just wasn't distracted, and nothing was going to kind of affect his performance tonight. And he didn't have his best stuff, obviously, with maybe because of the cold, but still, as you said, be efficient. Put us in a position to win and win 7 innings, the most he's thrown this year. So, really helpful as you start a 3-game run, without an off day. So, really impressed with his outing.
What were the conditions out there tonight?
You know what? It was actually it was a dry cold. It was cold, but it was fine. And I just thought our guys came out. Shohei getting us started, just started off getting a lead, and to be able to keep putting pressure on Sagano, I thought that was good, and you get a good outing from Glass, but it wasn't too bad.
Did Tyler mention the cold at any point? Like anything was bothering him at all with that?
No, not at all. No complaining, and all he was saying, I guess, to Mark was that he just didn't feel great as far as kind of the stuff, whether it's the feel of the baseball or altitude and messing with the characteristics and stuff like that. But outside of that, he got swing and miss, he got soft contact, was efficient, and gave us 7 innings.
Before the game, you said that Tyler was a different guy for you now from this point last year. This is another notch on that rung, or another rung up on that.
Absolutely. With the season, there's just so many things that are unforeseen, and you got to be willing to adapt and find ways to get through it. And I think that, in years past, things affected him, and he'll admit that. And I think that right now where he's at, he's just put the blinders on and he's performed. And that's, for us, that's really good to see.
How effective is that to beat the elements, to score every inning for a while?
It's great. It is. And we left some out there, and but again, we got him early, and Agnos came in there and sort of shut us down for 4 innings. But we got enough, and get Dryer in there for multiples was helpful. But yeah, I'd be very surprised if the elements got to us, and they clearly didn't tonight.
Max was talking about just kind of a few of the mechanical changes he's been working through with his swing, and when you look at just kind of his numbers this year, and they've been stronger against left compared to right, which is obviously right is his normal. Just to see him get the 2 home runs off of a righty tonight, what did that just say to you as to where his swing is at?
Well, I think his swing's in a good spot. He likes hitting here. He's taking good at bats, and like I've said before, is that even when he was not getting hits, his mindset has remained consistent, constant, and I like his at-bat quality. And tonight he got elevated a couple balls, took some good swings with the double, and then the couple homers. So he had a really good night, and it's good, to get him off, on the road, on a good note.
You just get him off his feet at the end.
Yeah, I want to get him off his feet. Bernardino is tough on left, and then want to give Espy an at-bat.
Have you ever heard of players say they don't like hitting here?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He really likes hitting here, and the numbers speak to that.
The field, does the field feel like a normal field? Could you tell that
Not at all. You couldn't tell. Couldn't tell. The grounds crew, Raz is the head grounds crew, and he and his crew did a great job and prepared the field accordingly, and you would have never known there was snow.
Can you tell that Ohtani likes sitting on Sagano?
Yeah, that was, you can tell. He takes some good at-bats, and that started last year in Baltimore, so you could tell.
The broken bat, did it almost get you?
It almost got me. It was between me and Danny, so that was a slow-motion situation. I didn't know which way to go, but fortunately I didn't get hit. That could have been ugly.
Have you ever had a situation like that where the broken bat actually comes toward you?
Not that close. Usually I'm pretty in tune and have an exit strategy, but I didn't have one tonight.
You let me know when you're ready, Mick.
Stand by. Anytime.
Well, your first career start here. I know that it's not the easiest of places to pitches, but how did you just find being here at Coors Field?
It was good. I think just being able to warm up in between innings and stuff, and consistently moving each inning. I didn't feel super cold or anything like that, and I felt pretty pretty sharp today. Some innings were better than others, but I felt pretty good.
Did you find that you had to make any adjustments, whether kind of mechanically or things of the sort, just to kind of play to understanding the altitude here and how it could, change kind of some of the shapes of your pitches?
I thought before coming here, I thought maybe I would have to, but warming up today, I kind of just felt pretty similar, and I just kind of kept my repertoire the same. I threw a little bit more sliders maybe, but it was a lot of four seams, a lot of curveballs, and then like some sliders to put some guys away.
What's going through your head when you show up and the field's under a couple inches of snow?
I kind of knew we were going to play just because I knew the snow was going to end at like 3. So, I don't know, just whatever. I guess just it's going to be cold, whatever. I think just, like I said too, it's kind of an advantage of the pitcher, I think. So I think whenever it is a cold game, I kind of think about that. Like, they're going to be a lot colder than I am, so it worked out.
Did
As
Dave
cold as a game as you pitched in before?
I think so. I had a game in Chicago in 20 or 19 maybe. That was pretty cold, and then today was, I think so.
How easy is it or difficult is it to sort of push off, like feeling how cold it is in the moment, stuff like that?
It's not that, I don't know. I think it's like I'm usually like super hot and sweaty, so it's almost nice to like my body temperature I feel like is so high to where I went out there, I didn't feel cold, I didn't sweat a ton, it was almost kind of nice.
Dave, compared tonight, kind of contrasting it to like that start in Philly last year, just the way you kind of handled the conditions, just like another sign of growth. Like, do you kind of feel that at all when you look back at just, even like in a game like this, being able to go out and go 7 innings in 1 run?
Yeah, I think just feeling good was helpful. Like I think I was just timed up. I think the weather doesn't really matter. I think on days you feel bad, it might affect you a little bit more. But I think just from today, I just felt good. I was on the same page with Will, and everything was timed up.
Dave's kind of echoed throughout the spring, like how he sort of sees you as a different person as maybe been this time last year. Do you sort of feel that way yourself, just like a different confidence or a different sort of way about going about things? Or
I definitely feel different, I think, this year compared to last year as far as like making all those changes. I just didn't really feel like myself, and I'd go out there, and I think when you pitch a certain way for so long and then you switch up so many things, you just kind of feel just unfamiliar territory. So I think just being able to go back to what I was doing like throughout my career, like changing it from last year to this year, I think it's just I'm a little bit freer, I guess, or like more athletic, and I can focus on what I need to focus on as opposed to like trying to feel normal.
Were you throwing a slurve or anything out there? Because StatCast seemed to be picking up a little more velo on the curveball on certain pitches. Or is that just a slider?
No, it's a curveball. I think I go, or when it's early in counts, I like spike it just to try and throw it for strikes, and then later in counts I throw it harder. I just put my finger down and I just try to get more velo out of it. So it's basically the same pitch, but just one's a lot harder. Yeah, thanks.
You're talking about it's pitchers have the advantage, but your offense kind of came through. What's that like to just kind of see these guys show up? And
Yeah,
like they do?
it's super nice. I think every pitcher would agree. Just having like an incredible offense it's a pretty good feeling. You just always feel like no matter the score of the game, at any moment you can come back and win a game. So we've been rolling right now, and it's been feeling pretty good.
Was there something you had to do in between innings to stay warm, or was this kind of your traditional just routine?
Normal stuff. I was kind of shocked at how like I didn't get very cold in between. They had the heater in the dugout, but in that little side room, they had like a heater blown as well. So I think just moving around, I normally kind of walk around and pace. I don't really sit in the dugout, so I just kind of business as usual, and felt normal.
Did you have any dread about, I got to pitch at Coors Field for the first time, and hearing all the horror stories over the years?
I think I've thought about it. I think not a lot, but I definitely have heard like all the metrics are bad and everything like that. But I think warming up, like I could tell my heater a little bit, but the curveball still felt good. So I think whatever thing I thought before kind of went away, just warming up and feeling good. In the first couple innings, I think like looking at the metrics, having those posted, I was like, all right, it's pretty normal stuff. I feel good, so I kind of didn't think about it.